Hi there, welcome to GrainTV. It's the first trade day of 2015. The market started the new year on a down note with soybeans leading to the downside on a 16-cent loss. Wheat was down 8 cents. Corn fractionally lower, although we did have some positive momentum as the trade moved higher at the end of the session. Probably the good sales and export numbers. Also a sale to Japan this morning that was announced. Cody, what were some of the other factors going on today, you think?
Well, we did get export sales out early this morning, and the nice thing is that corn came in. It actually beat analyst expectations, so it's good to see some more sales. Last week we had a very big week in export sales. This morning we had that reportable sale to Japan, which you talked about, 210,000 metric tons, and we had 895,000 metric tons actually sold here over the last week. So that was very positive for corn. Soy meal beat analyst expectations as well. Where you look at soybeans and wheat, both of those came in within analyst expectations. No big surprises there. And I think one of the main things that we're seeing here is just some significant selling pressure coming back into the market. Of course, we're going to be watching the trade really start to get ready for this January 12th WASDE report. We have the crop production, and we also have the ending stocks, or the quarterly grain stocks report on that day. So it's going to be very important that we pay close attention, and I think this next week the trade is really going to be eyeing that report and getting in position for it. When you look at the export sales, cumulative export sales here for soybeans is still well ahead of pace. 42.3 million metric tons have already been accumulated on the books here for sales. We're expecting 40.5 million metric ton, we would expect forecast for this time of the year around 35.9 million metric tons. So we're well ahead of pace, and we're well ahead of where we were last year during this time. When you look at corn, slightly different scenario. Last week we finally crossed over where we're finally running ahead of pace to meet USDA expectations. We're at 26.9 million metric tons booked this year. We would expect to see about 25.9. So we have a nice little cushion there. Finally, some good export sales here for corn, and we're on pace to meet USDA.
And we'll see if we can continue that into the second half of the marketing year. So in the basis environment, it was a very slow week. Not surprising with a shortened holiday trade week. But we did see some spotty movements here, especially in corn, where we saw some modest strength in the Missouri, Iowa region. River markets were a little bit lower, just on kind of slow movement and such. But in beans, the Gulf was really lower on a 9-cent drop, and so that filtered through to the river terminals also being lower. Again, probably linking back to the fact that our export business is likely going to start to slow down. Where we did see some pretty noticeable strength was on the eastern seaboard. We had soybean plants in Maryland, in North Carolina, up 10 to 15 cents a bushel, giving that eastern seaboard a nice push in soybean basis this week.
Absolutely. And one thing that you mentioned that I thought was very interesting is just how ethanol margins have been declining here, and what that may mean for corn basis at these ethanol plants.
Right. We have seen ethanol prices, the wholesale prices for ethanol, really take a hit as a result of the falling gasoline and crude markets. So the margins that the ethanol processors are facing right now are sharply lower than they were just a few weeks ago, and certainly last year. Last year we were $1 a bushel higher than where we are at today. So I gotta believe that these ethanol plants are really going to start to curtail their production, and that means less corn demand and probably a knock-on basis as well.
That sounds good, Kevin, and that just finishes off the week here. Kind of a hard week and a hard close to grains here. If you have any questions about what we talked about, give us a call at 877-472-4607. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and take a demo, the 14-day free trial. You can see what it's like to have live quotes on your phone, see what it's like to have live quotes on your desktop, and be able to trade and navigate the markets. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll see you here on Monday.